Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Coffee with Tea. I'm your host, the amazing Tea Street. I'm so excited to do this one this morning. Can I just start by saying I despise cliches for cliche's sake. I'm not opposed to cliches in and of themselves because I have a few of my own. But I hate when people give me cliches like, there's nothing to fear but fear itself. What does that even mean? It's like when elders drop stuff on you and it's a good phrase and you're a kid and you have no idea what they mean. When people give us cliches and they don't give us the how-tos of those cliches, sometimes it leaves me looking at people like this. One of the cliches that gets on my nerves is do it afraid. Whatever it is that you're afraid of, do it, but do it afraid. Huh? What does that even mean? I get what it means. It means that even though you're afraid, you can still accomplish some things. I get it. But do you know that there's a process to doing something afraid? Because if there wasn't a process, fear sometimes immobilizes people. It's real. People are like, no, it's things that appear real. No, fear is real. There's such a thing as fear. There is. Yep, there is such a thing as fear. So when we say that there's not, then why do so many people fear so many things if it's not real? The thing that they fear may not be real. Like I fear if I get up to speak, because the number two fear in the world is public speaking, that I might die. That's not real. You're not going to die. You're not going to die if you get up to speak, unless you have a heart attack. Good morning, little sister. Good morning, Glory. Unless you have a heart attack. But today I wanted to come to you and say, give you the process of what I call D.I.A. courage, not discourage, D.I.A. courage. Do it anyway, not afraid. Do it anyway. Courage. I want to talk to you about what that process is. Really, what I'm doing is giving you the steps and the process of doing it afraid. The first thing you have to do for DIA, do it anyway, courage, is you have to first acknowledge that you fear something. I'll start by telling you that a couple of weeks ago, I had a harrowing experience. um, I'm in a class and we had to write some script. We had to write a sermon, and I was going along. I turned in my little assignment like I was supposed to. And the day before the class, I get a call telling me I gotta preach my sermon that I wrote. But by the way, you wrote a 30-minute sermon, but you're only gonna do 7 to 10 minutes. Immediately, y'all, panic. I mean, like all out. Had a panic attack. When I have high anxiety, my anxiety shows up. I start throwing up, just throwing up everywhere. I was not okay. The next day, I was like, "Oh my goodness, I'm gonna try to get to this. I'm gonna try to figure it out." I couldn't even practice. I did get a chance to like put together a little PowerPoint that just kind of synopsized the 30 minutes into 7 to 10 minutes. By the way, that night I didn't even use it. I was panic stricken, and people will look at me and go, "Well, T, you're a speaker. You're a speaker. That's what you do. You weren't panic stricken." I'm a speaker. I'm not a trained preacher. And there's a difference between speaking my thoughts and preaching God's thoughts. I was panicked because on the other side of the word of God is people's lives. So I went into full-fledged fear. I called everybody I know, not everybody. A couple people was like, y'all gotta pray for me because I am having panic attack. But I acknowledged what I was afraid of. I'm afraid that if I get this wrong, somebody's life might be on the other side of my messing up this sermon. Yep, I acknowledged what the fear was. The second thing I had to do, and I was like, is I had to challenge the fear. At one point, I had to stop and go, T, come on, let's be real. You're not that powerful. You're not going to mess up somebody's walk in heaven just because you might mess up a sermon. You don't think God got grace for you and for the people hearing this, that he going to give them another pathway if you mess this up? That's how I challenged whatever the fear was, because my mind was telling me there was a lot riding on it. But I had to challenge that by saying, is it? Is it really, T? That's the second step. The next step was I had to commit to taking an action. And the action that I did was I created the PowerPoint. And I called my sister and I said, "Oh my God, everything is swirling around me. I'm just panicked." The action that I took was I stopped and I prayed and I asked God to guide and direct it. Lord, you show up, you do the thing, because I don't have it in me. I did an action, but I also showed up that night to my class prepared to give it, even if I failed. That was the action I took. My first action was showing up. I embraced the discomfort. I acknowledged to people, Everybody wanted to talk, and I was like rocking, y'all. I was sitting in the back rocking. And I acknowledged to other people and to myself that I was scared and that I was uncomfortable. But guess what? In that discomfort doesn't mean that you should disengage. It just means that you got to wrap your arms around it, acknowledge it, and DIA, do it anyway. Those are the steps, y'all. It's acknowledging your fear, challenging. Is it really real? Is it really the things that you fear will happen? Are they really going to happen? Man, if I get up there and I do this, I'm gonna die. Are you really gonna die? That's what it means to challenge it. Take an action. My action was to show up. And they called my name to do it. My action was I started walking up, afraid. People in the room claimed that they didn't know I was that afraid. To my friends who know, I was afraid. But I walked up and I did it. The step was I started walking. And as I was walking, I was praying and breathing, y'all. Those were steps, those were action steps that I was taking. And then I had to embrace my discomfort. I had to say, I'm not comfortable and I don't like to be uncomfortable because I'm a control freak. And so in that moment, I heard God say to me, you want to be in control, but you said that I was. That's what happened when I embraced my discomfort. I allowed God to tell me some things about myself. And then finally, I just practice over and over and over. DIA, do it anyway. Courage, not DIS courage, not discourage, DIA courage. Do it anyway. Courage. Those are the steps. You don't have to live your life as a cliche, do it afraid. You literally can do it anyway. Would do it anyway. Courage. I'm the amazing T Street. You know what? There's absolutely positively nothing. Good morning, Stephanie. Nothing amazing in me. That's not in each and every person who hears this message. Don't be afraid to do it anyway with courage. Because I promise you, if you do, your fears dissipate. And the more you practice it, the more your fears will dissipate. The more you practice something, the more the fear starts to leave for that thing. Now, it may show up with some fears for some other things, but the more that you practice something, the more it dissipates. It starts to go away. I'm the amazing T Street. You know what? There's absolutely positively nothing amazing in me. It's not in each and every one of you. I hope that my confessions of all of my challenges in life inspires you to face your challenges in life so that we can all live a better and a more amazing life. Have an amazing day, everyone. Thank you so much for coming on.